Remember the Mr. Fusion reactor in the Back to the Future 2 movie in the mid 1980s? And what that machine did is it turned garbage into energy for the DeLorean time machine. And the future was supposed to be 2015, which is coming pretty soon. And guess what? The machine that can turn garbage or renewable feedstocks into energy is almost here too. We don't call it the Mr. Fusion machine though. We call it the molten salt gasifier, and it really can turn renewable feedstocks like garbage into hydrogen, which is one of the cleanest forms of energy around. So that's the big dream at Western Hydrogen, to help fill the world's energy needs with renewable power made from renewable feedstocks. That's the holy grail we're chasing. Western Hydrogen is based in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. The company was formed in 2006 to commercialize the molten salt gasification technology, which was invented by the U.S. Department of Energy at the Idaho National Lab. And we have the exclusive worldwide rights to the technology. The market pull for renewable power is growing at about 25% per annum, so it's a high growth market. And within that market, for large commercial customers with, say, data centers, there's a growing sector that's looking for off-grid power. Now, the biggest source of renewable power today are windmills, but windmills aren't reliable enough for off-grid supply. And that's where we come in. We think we can be competitive with wind power, and we can supply renewable power to large customers like data centers and meet that off-grid demand. The molten salt gasification process works by feeding in any feedstock with carbon. It could be garbage, could be glycerol, could be algae, a renewable feedstock such as those, plus water. And the water doesn't have to be clean either. It can be dirty water. If it had hydrocarbon in it, that would be fine too. We pump them into a high-pressure reactor, and we have molten sodium salts in the reactor, which reform these carbon and carbon-bearing feedstocks plus water into hydrogen instantly, very quickly, in one reactor without a lot of other pots and pans. And out comes high-pressure hydrogen because we run the reactor at high pressure. So the advantages are very simple: one reactor, high-pressure reactor. We do not require an oxygen plant. We do not require compression because the hydrogen comes out at high pressure, which can in turn be fed into a fuel cell if you wanted to make electricity from the hydrogen. So altogether, our supply cost of making renewable power or hydrogen from feedstocks such as glycerol or garbage are very low. We think we'll be competitive with other forms of renewable energy, such as windmills, and particularly when you take the on-stream factor into account. At Western Hydrogen, we spent about 6 years in the lab proving that the technology could work. Now it's showtime. We really do have to prove that we can run the process continuously and on a rather large scale, where our pilot plant can make over 500 kilograms per day of hydrogen, which is quite large. It can also feed a fuel cell to make perhaps about half a megawatt of power. And the reason we're doing that is to make sure we can run the technology at a larger scale, make it work at a larger scale. But also, it's a show-me facility. A lot of our customers are show-me people, and they want to come and see it work. They want to see it run on their feedstocks. And they want to see it run reliably, and I mean for days and days on end over a long period of time. Although our pilot plant right now is going to start up producing around 500 kilograms per day of hydrogen, it's sized to produce roughly 10 times that amount, which is quite a significant size plant. Which, if we fed that to a fuel cell, could make upwards of, say, 3 megawatts of power. So our pilot plant is right-sized already to fill, we believe, medium-sized commercial customer needs for, say, data centers, large buildings, that sort of thing, 3 megawatts of power. Now, over the next 2 years, we'll be running our pilot plant to get the data we need to commercialize this technology. Again, we don't have to scale it up. We just have to make sure we can run it reliably. So we believe within 4 years, we should be able to roll out a commercial plant. Our business model will be much like Bloom Energy, who make electricity using fuel cells supplied by natural gas. And they market these fuel cells to large commercial customers who want reliable off-grid supplies of power. So our model will be much like theirs, except we will have renewable power supplied by renewable feedstocks such as glycerol. Now, we already have expressions of interest and into discussions with partners, prospective partners, ranging from large oil companies to industrial gas companies that already have a presence in our hydrogen business worldwide. As we move our technology forward, we'll be working with these companies to commercialize and roll out our technology. My partner, Guy Turcotte, and I are both chemical engineers. We each have 40 years of experience in the energy business. We've hired some people to support us. We've hired some people from the Idaho National Lab that now work full-time for us. And we also have an ongoing agreement with the Idaho National Lab to support us, and they're quite deep. They have several thousand researchers available to us to help us through if we need them. So altogether, we have the team to make it happen.